this is Gina. Welcome back to Tight Ship Mama. Have you ever bought your groceries with a credit card and as it's being run through, thought to yourself, please God, let this go through? Is your dining room table so cluttered you can't even sit down and enjoy a nice family meal? And have the pounds snacked up on you to the point that you no longer feel like you can play with your kids or be the mom that you want to be physically, get in the pool, play games, all that stuff? The other week, I heard my husband's business partner on an interview, and she said the phrase, pain equals pace, and it stopped me in my tracks. And I thought, let me hear that again. Pain equals pace. And what she meant by that was that so many times people wait for the pain to get so great that they finally do something about it. When you finally get sick and tired of being sick and tired and you make too much money to be this broke, that's when the pace finally kicks in. So many times we're just okay. We're just going through life and we're okay. Yeah, we're in debt. Yeah, we're a little overweight, but things are okay. But why wait for the heart attack to finally do something about it, right? Why wait for the electricity to be shut off before you finally do something about it? So, how can you manufacture the pain so that you pick up the pace? How can you force yourself into a state of a little bit of pain and a little bit of pressure so that you pick up the pace? I've been thinking about this, and I came up with 3 ways that you could do this. The first one is comfort zone. Get out of it. I colored this picture last year with my daughter. We were coloring, and then I added the get uncomfortable to the picture. And get uncomfortable has kind of become my mantra for 2019, because anything worth having, any goal worth achieving is not in your comfort zone. It is not in the land of okay. It's just not. So get out of that comfort zone. 2, you got to get it on the calendar, because nothing puts more pressure on us than putting something on the calendar to make it happen. How fast do you clean your house before you have company coming over? So manufacture that pain. Invite some people over for dinner next week and say, I'm going to get this house, or this kitchen at least, or at least the areas where they will be, I'm going to get them decluttered by the time they come for dinner. I'm going to give you an example of 2 of my friends. I was a runner back in the day in high school and grade school and all that. And I ran my last half marathon in 2012. And I felt that I could do it again. That's a whole other video why I have such a big gap between half marathons, but the gap is there nonetheless. So I set a goal to run a half marathon in 2019. And I thought, well, I'm going to drag some friends along with me. So I said pretty much, who's coming with me? And I had 2 friends that said, we'll do it. And neither of those women ever ran more than a 5K in a race. So 3.1 miles was the most they had ever run in a race. And here I was asking them to run 13 miles in one day, at one time, without sitting down. And they were like, okay, so how do you do it? Before they even took the first step in their training, they put it on the calendar. Set a date. I'm going to run this race on this date. Boom. Pay for it, entry fees, it's on the calendar. You're doing it. Get the guests over to your house on the calendar. You're doing it. Say, by this date, I'm going to save this much money in my emergency fund. Put it on the calendar. Third thing is, build a community. You have to tell people about your goals. Tell people that you're working your way out of debt. Tell them. People want to cheer for you. Trust me. So build your community. I wanted to get back into running, so I joined a community of runners. And these women, it's mostly women, there's some men in our group, but mostly the women, have been my lifeline in the past year. And I dragged my one friend along with me, and we are out there at 5:10 on the days that we run, which means I am getting feet on the floor at 4:30 in the morning. It's not easy, but it's out of my comfort zone, and it's on my calendar, and I have a group of women that hold me accountable. That's my community. My other friend that does not live close enough to be in our running group, I held her accountable by texting her every day that she was supposed to be running and just saying, did you run today? Did you get your miles in? How are you feeling? This would go on 3 days a week. I would do this. And didn't they run that half marathon in April? They both finished. It was amazing. It was the greatest day. When I need a pick-me-up, I go back to that day on Facebook and I read my friends' posts about how proud they were that they ran that half marathon. But they did it by putting it on their calendar, building a community of accountable friends, and getting way out of their comfort zone. You can do this too. Whatever it is that you have in your mind, a goal that you want to achieve, do that. Do those 3 things. Pain equals pace. Manufacture the pain, and that pace will pick up. I will see you next Monday.